Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mastering English with Podcasts. I'm Razel, and today I have Ricky with me. Hi, Ricky.
Hi, Rizel. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Today's topic is really important for anyone learning English.
Absolutely, Ricky. Today, we're talking about the common struggles English learners face and how to overcome them. So, Ricky, what do you think is the biggest struggle for English learners?
Well, Razel, I think pronunciation is a big one. Many learners struggle with sounding natural when they speak English.
That's true. English pronunciation can be tricky. One tip I always give is to listen to native speakers and try to mimic their intonation and stress patterns.
Yes? And don't be afraid to practice out loud. It might feel awkward at first, but it really helps.
Another common struggle is vocabulary. Many learners feel they don't have enough words to express themselves.
Right. And building vocabulary takes time. I always recommend reading books, watching movies, and using flashcards to learn new words.
And don't forget to use those new words in sentences. Practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about grammar. It's something that can confuse many learners.
Oh yes, grammar can be tough. My advice is to learn the basic rules first and then practice, practice, practice.
Yes, and don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the learning process.
Another struggle is listening to comprehension. Some learners find it hard to understand native speakers, especially when they speak fast.
A good tip for this is to start with slower, clear audio materials and gradually move to more natural speed. Also, subtitles can be very helpful.
Exactly. And don't be discouraged if you don't understand everything at first. Your listening skills will improve with time.
Now, let's talk about speaking confidence. Many learners feel shy or embarrassed to speak English.
That's a big one. My advice is to find a language partner or join a conversation group. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
Yes, and remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's all part of learning.
So true. Hope these tips help you overcome some of the struggles you're facing in learning English.
These are excellent tips, Razel. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mastering English with Podcasts, for more helpful content like this.
Yes, please subscribe. We've got a lot more coming your way. Now let's move on to our next segment where we answer some audience questions.
Audience questions.
Our first question is from Maria. Hi, Maria. What's your question?
Hi, Razel. Hi, Ricky. I'm Maria from Spain. My question is about pronunciation. How can I improve my pronunciation if I don't have anyone to practice with?
Hi, Maria. That's a great question. One effective way is to use online resources like pronunciation apps or YouTube videos. You can also record yourself speaking and compare it to native speakers. This way, you can hear the differences and work on improving.
Also, don't forget about language exchange websites where you can find a language partner to practice with online. It's a great way to get real-time feedback.
Next, we have a question from John. Hi, John.
Hi Razel, hi Ricky. I'm John from Canada. My question is about vocabulary. I learn new words, but I forget them quickly. How can I retain new vocabulary better?
Hi, John. Repetition is key when it comes to retaining new vocabulary. Try to use new words in sentences as often as possible. Flashcards can be helpful, and apps like Anki use spaced repetition to help you remember words over time.
And try to connect new words to things you already know. Creating associations or even little stories with new vocabulary can make them easier to remember.
Our next question comes from Aisha. Hi, Aisha.
Hi, I'm Aisha from India. I struggle with listening comprehension. How can I improve my ability to understand native speakers?
Hi, Aisha. A good strategy is to listen to materials at different speeds. Start with slower content and gradually increase the speed as you get more comfortable. Podcasts, Audiobooks and news channels often have this option.
Also, try to watch TV shows or movies with subtitles in English. This way, you can read along as you listen, which helps reinforce what you're hearing. Next up, we have Carlos. Hi, Carlos.
Hi, I'm Carlos from Brazil. I get really nervous when I speak English, especially in front of others. How can I overcome this?
Hi, Carlos! It's completely normal to feel nervous. One way to build confidence is to practice speaking in a safe environment, like with a friend or a language partner. Also, remind yourself that making mistakes is part of the learning process.
Yes, and setting small, achievable goals can help too. Start with simple conversations and gradually move to more complex topics as you gain confidence.
Our last question is from Yuki. Hi, Yuki.
Hi, Rizel. Hi, Ricky. I'm Yuki from Japan. I often get confused with English grammar. Do you have any tips for mastering it?
Hi, Yuki. Grammar can be tricky. My tip is to focus on one rule at a time. Practice it until you feel comfortable, then move on to the next one. Using grammar workbooks or online exercises can be very helpful.
And don't forget to practice using grammar in context. Writing sentences or short paragraphs using the grammar rules you're learning can really help solidify your understanding.
Thanks for all your great questions, everyone.
Yes, thank you. We hope our answers help you on your English learning journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mastering English with Podcasts.
And remember, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Now, let's talk about the vocabulary and phrases we used in this discussion.
Vocabulary Builder.
We're excited to kick off a new vocabulary session today, where we'll dive into some useful words and phrases to enhance your English skills.
That's right, Ricky. Today, we're going to explore the words tricky, comprehension, and repetition. Let's get started with tricky.
Tricky is an adjective that means something is difficult to deal with or complicated. Imagine you're trying to solve a puzzle and it's not as easy as it looks. You might say, "This puzzle is really tricky."
Great example, Ricky. It can also mean something that's deceptive or not straightforward. Like, if you ask someone a question and they give you an answer that confuses you on purpose, you could say, "That was a tricky answer."
Absolutely. Now, moving on to comprehension. Comprehension is a noun that refers to the ability to understand something. For example, when you read a book, your comprehension is your understanding of the text.
Exactly. Here's an example. Her comprehension of the new language improved with practice. It's all about how well you can grasp the information presented to you.
And finally, let's talk about repetition. Repetition is a noun that means the act of doing or saying something over and over again. Think about learning to play a musical instrument. The more you practice a piece, the better you get at it. That's repetition at work.
Yes, and repetition is crucial for learning new skills. For instance, repetition is key to mastering a new language. The more you repeat vocabulary, the more likely you are to remember it.
Let's put it all together with a fun example. Learning English can be tricky at times, but with good comprehension and a lot of repetition, you'll improve quickly.
Perfect, Ricky. To understand better, let's dive into a scenario where these words come to life.
Examples.
Ma'am, this math problem is really tricky. My comprehension is low, so it's hard to understand.
Alex, tricky problems need good comprehension. Let's use repetition to improve your comprehension.
Okay, I'll try. This tricky problem requires repetition. I need to practice it over and over.
Exactly, Alex. With repetition, your comprehension will improve, and the tricky problem will become easier.
I get it now. Repetition helps with comprehension, even for tricky problems.
That's right. Keep practicing with repetition. Soon, tricky problems won't be so tricky anymore. See how repetition helps with comprehension, especially with tricky problems.
Keep practicing, and don't forget to subscribe to Mastering English with Podcasts. We're excited to introduce a next segment where we dive into useful phrases to boost your English skills.
That's right, Ricky. Our focus today is on the phrases real time and language partner. These are great phrases to know for anyone learning a new language.
Let's start with real time. This phrase means happening immediately, without any delay. For example, we can chat in real time using a messaging app.
Exactly, Ricky. It's like when you watch a live stream online. You're seeing everything as it happens in real time.
Now, let's talk about language partner. A language partner is someone you practice a language with, often a native speaker of the language you're learning. For instance, having a language partner can greatly improve your speaking skills.
Great point, Ricky. A language partner can help you practice and correct your mistakes. For example, I meet with my language partner twice a week to practice Spanish.
So, imagine combining these two phrases. You could say, I practice English with my language partner in real time over video calls.
That's a fantastic way to use both phrases together. Real-time practice with a language partner can really enhance your learning experience.
Absolutely. And that's it for today's phrase segment. We hope you find these phrases helpful and start using them in your conversations.
Perfect, Ricky. To understand better, let's dive into a scenario where these phrases come to life.
Examples.
Hi, Mother. I'm glad we can practice in real time.
Me too, Patrick. Practicing in real time helps us improve quickly. As your language partner, I can correct you instantly.
Yes, having a language partner like you is great. Practicing in real time makes it feel like a real conversation.
Exactly. Real-time practice is the best way to learn. What should we talk about today?
Let's discuss our favorite movies. It's great to have a language partner to discuss fun topics in real time.
Sounds good. Remember, the benefit of a language partner is that we can have these real-time conversations regularly.
I agree. Thanks for being my language partner, Maria. Real-time practice with you is so helpful.
See how useful it is to practice in real time with a language partner?
Keep practicing, and don't forget to subscribe to Mastering English with Podcasts.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mastering English with Podcasts, for more helpful tips and discussions. Until next time, keep practicing and stay motivated.